Preps. We're going to be doing our handwriting lesson for week 3. The first letter that we're going to be doing is the letter R, which makes the R sound. So we start on the left hand side of our board, so you're going to need your whiteboard marker and your cleaner. So left hand side of the board, top of the board, because we write from top to bottom, left to right. So it's egg, branch, and a cocoon on the end. Make sure your branch goes from the left side all the way to the right hand side. Don't do a little branch in the middle, and don't do a little branch that stops in the middle of your board. I want it all the way along. So the first letter we're going to do is R. So R is made up of a short stick. Come up and do a twig. You start at the top and you go down and hit the branch. You come up and do a twig. You don't start at the branch and go up. You start at the top and go down and write from top to bottom. So I want you to put a finger space in between each letter. So short stick, twig. Short stick, twig. Short stick, not a tall one. Short stick, twig. Short stick, twig, all the way along. After we've done this, you can practice doing another row of the letters that you found tricky if you want to. But we're just going to do one in this video. So all the way along. Okay, when you're ready, you need to do the next one. So egg, branch, cocoon on the end, left to right, top to bottom. The next letter we're going to do is the letter G. G is made up of an open mouth. It sits on the branch. Then we come up and we do a possum's tail. Now the tail faces the left-hand side. The tail does not face the right-hand side. And the open mouth opens towards the right-hand side. And it sits on the branch. So, open mouth, come up, possum's tail. Doing them separately, I'll just do an open mouth and then a possum's tail. If you find it tricky to do them all without lifting your pen, finger spaces in between. Remember, don't put your letters close together, otherwise it looks like I'm writing a word. And I'm writing letters. Open mouth, possum's tail. Open mouth, possum's tail. You need to go slowly. This is your opportunity to practice forming your letters. All the way along. Nice and slow. It sits on the branch, doesn't sit below the branch, doesn't sit up in the air. And the tail hangs down below the branch. It doesn't sit on the branch. Okay, when you're ready, third letter, egg, branch, cocoon on the end. If you've run out of space, you need to rub it out. Start at the top again. The next letter we're going to do is the letter E. So, twig, open mouth. The twig is slightly sloped. So twig up in the air. At the end of the twig, go around and do an open mouth. Sits on the branch. So twig, open mouth. This is a letter that some kids find tricky, so you need to practice it. You might need to do 2 rows. Twig, open mouth. Twig, open mouth, all the way along the branch, making sure you have your finger space in between. And that it sits on the branch. While you're completing your E, I'm just going to rub out my R to do my next letter. Remember, if you find that letter tricky, you practice doing 2 rows at the end. Okay, second last letter is the letter H. Tall stick, tunnel. Left to right. Make sure you do the tall stick, not the tunnel back to front. We don't write backwards, we write from left to right. So it's a tall stick. Remember, start at the top, go down and hit the branch. Come up and do a tunnel. Finger space in between. Tall stick, tunnel. Sits on the branch. Doesn't sit in between the branch and doesn't sit down below the branch. You must make sure you do a tall stick, otherwise it looks like you're doing an N. Tall stick, tunnel. Tall stick, tunnel. Make sure it's a tall stick. Okay, while you're doing your H, I'm going to rub out G to get ready for our last letter. Egg, branch, cocoon on the end. Okay. The last letter is a tricky one. First part's easy. Start at the top and go down and hit the branch. So it's a tall stick. You come up and do a curly, twirly vine. Don't worry if you find that part tricky. The more you practice, the better you will get at it. Tall stick, curly, twirly vine. Tall stick, curly, twirly vine. You don't want to put the little curl in it, that's okay. You can just do that. You do the best that you can, but we practice. And then we get better at our letters. Tall stick, curly, twirly vine. That's one you might want to do 2 rows. And have another practice underneath. That's our 5 letters for today, for this week.